Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Sling Driver once again bringing you another unboxing and review of a watch that is not mine. This watch was loaned in to me by some of my friends over on the Random Rob Discord group. This watch and a partner watch of it from Detroit Mint have been making the rounds of watch reviewers, and hey, it's my turn to get to review a couple watches from Detroit Mint. This is a very popular micro brand among the fans of Random Rob's channel and Random Rob himself and other watch review channels like Wrong Time Watch and Town Watch and now myself, for instance. Very nice watches that Detroit Mint is putting out. I think I reviewed a couple before this by now. But this one is one of the recent chronographs that Detroit Mint has been putting out that are sort of tribute watches to the old racing chronographs from the 60s and 70s. And they are very interesting designs. This particular one is a style of watch that I've only reviewed one other watch of this design style before on my channel. It was many years ago. It was a watch I actually got from Brazil. That's where I bought it from. It didn't come from Brazil, and it was a very, very interesting watch, and I kept it for a while. But then there was a friend of mine that really wanted to buy the watch off of me, and I sold it. But you see, you get a very nice canvas pouch with very nice lining on the inside, bright red. You have inside here, you have a tool. This is like a travel watch tool. I'll show you real quick. I don't have it with the logo on it. I bought a couple of the similar tools to this on eBay. I keep one in each of my cars because they are very useful watch tools. You have a flat, well, not flat, but a round head on this side. And on this side, I believe you'll have a forked end. Yep, little fork. You can see that. Focus. There you go. And these are good to have around. I highly recommend it if you're someone, who lives in a climate like mine, especially where it warms up through the day. And you have watches with the micro adjust where you have to use a tool to move a spring bar from one hole to another. That's a very useful tool to have, so if you're on the fly, you can adjust your watch band or watch bracelet. We also have in here a bracelet that was not mounted to the watch. It's still wrapped, and I didn't bother taking it out. It's I love the design of it though, that kind of engineer style. Big fan of that. It's also a very weighty stainless steel bracelet. Over here, in the third pouch, you have the watch itself. It's mounted to a leather strap, which is signed. And it is a very interesting looking watch. You have that round kind of, it's a thick watch to be sure. I believe that Seiko came out with a watch case like this back in the 70s, and people called it the UFO. You can look that up if you want to see a picture of it. But this is kind of a flying saucer, kind of round 70s style case. And you may have already noticed that it is a Bullhead case. Bullheads are watches with the controls, instead of on the side here, they're up at the top. These look like the horns of a bull. They're generally chronographs, and this could be the bull's snout, as it were. It does make the watch a little harder to work with when it's on your wrist. I'll show you that when I put it on. But it is an interesting looking style, and if you like to wear your watches down here at the wrist joint, you don't have a crown that interferes with flexing and bending the wrist. You just have to worry about the strap getting in the way of your chronograph controls, or and obviously it really isn't really going to be a problem winding the watches. Most people wind their watches off the wrist anyway. But it's a panda style face. You have two subdials, of course. You have your constant running seconds here at the 3 o'clock. And then at the 9 o'clock, you have chronograph minutes. I'm going to start the chronograph. You can see the chronograph hours is right there, and we'll see that move in a minute or two here. You have a tachometer scale along the outside of the dial, or the inner track, if you will, whichever you prefer to call it. So it's not, there's no crazy design elements to this. You do see you get 100-meter water resistance, which is pretty good considering this is not a screw-down crown. And they're not, with the pushers and everything. So 100-meter water resistance with a non-screw-down crown, non-screw-down pushers, means that something inside the case is sealing up very well. I'm going to put this on so you can get a good wrist shot. Get that on and into the keepers. There we go. You can see on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, this fits very nicely. It's a tall watch, to be sure. You're not getting this watch under a dress shirt cuff. It will most likely fit under a jacket or a loose long sleeve. I love the distortion of the crystal. That's also a nice throwback to the 70s style watches, although this one is not an acrylic or a mineral crystal. This is a sapphire. So, this is 2022 when I'm making this, so we have to keep up the standards of the day. Very nice. And the lugless design means that this watch is very wearable. As you can see on my wrist, it's very short, lug to lug. So this is the kind of watch that could be worn by someone with a much smaller wrist than mine, maybe down to about 6 1/4 inches, maybe even 6 inches. I might be pushing it a bit. You can see as the chronograph moves, the chronograph minute hand is moving with it. This button on the right obviously stops. No, I'm sorry, the one on the left stops also. And you can see there's no jump to the second hand when you start and stop it, which is a good thing with a chronograph. And then the right button, Flyback, resets the two chronograph hands back to their neutral position. This one's off just a little bit. There might be an instruction. Well, this thing didn't come with a manual, but there might be instructions somewhere on the website on how to fix that if it's fixable. I didn't bother looking. Exhibition case back. No, the plastic's still on there. I'm going to leave it on there because it's not my watch. You can see the lugless design from the bottom here. Conventional spring bars hold it together. It's a very nice watch. It's very comfortable to wear. I did wear it for a couple of days. It is a very comfortable watch. You have a stainless steel buckle and tang, signed, of course. Very nice watch. Detroit Mint is doing it right, guys and gals. They do it right. I've dealt with their watches before, and I have never had a bad experience. This particular watch isn't to my taste, but it's still a beautiful watch. And I have my sheet of facts here so I can go over some vital stats with you. This is the Detroit Mint Bullhead Chrono. It's the silver panda dial. There are multiple colorways of these in both conventional case and Bullhead case. I will leave a link to Detroit Mint's website in the description so you can check that out. It is a 40 millimeter case, 46 millimeter on the lug to lug, 14.5 millimeter thick, 20 millimeter lug. Got all these measurements off the Detroit Mint website. 100 meter water resistance, says so right there on the case, on the dial, I should say. Stainless steel case, stainless steel tang buckle, leather strap, stainless steel optional bracelet if you want it. Sapphire crystal, front and back, and a lightly decorated movement. Now, they list this movement as a Value 7750 clone. So this is not a Value 7750. This is a clone of it. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a problem in any case. But, you know, 7750, we all know that they perform beautifully. They use a chrono mechanism that's not going to screw up on you. And it just works. Haven't had a bit of problem with this watch since I've had it around. It just runs and runs. So, rather short video. There's not much to the watch other than what you see and what I've described. It's really a nice watch. I think it's definitely worth you looking at if you're in the market for a chronograph and you'd like to, you like to buy American. These watches are from Detroit, Michigan, and that's not a bad thing. I like to see the revival of the American watch industry. So definitely click on that link in the description. Go check them out. I think you will find that they are worth the investment. With that being said, I hope you found this video to be entertaining, useful, and informative. And if you did, I'd appreciate if you click that thumbs up for me. Clicking the thumbs up does definitely help the channel with respect to the YouTube search algorithm. So please take the second that it takes to click that button and click it. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to troll me or you are going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I am simply going to delete that comment and I'm going to block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you found the channel. Please feel free to watch as many videos as you want. All I ask in return is that you click that red subscribe button. Help me grow this channel a little bit more. When you do click the subscribe button, don't forget to click the bell icon so that when I upload new material to the channel, you will be alerted. And when I do live streams, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and at other times during the week, as time and opportunity avail themselves to me, you will be alerted to the start of those live streams. You can come over and join the fun. As I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there, and it is not getting any better. Trust me, it's not. But I ask that you, as my viewer, please stay safe, be careful out there, be well. I'll see you soon.